Well, welcome back to Highfleet. Last time things went pretty well, extremely well in fact, and we're going to capitalize on it a little bit. I asked at the end of the last video, well, I kind of made a threat that I was going to end the game, and for now we're out of money. We don't have very much we can sell. We'll do some nukes, but I'm kind of thinking like I want to push ourselves a little bit. We actually don't need any fuel in this fleet. As long as this ship can make it to Kiva. Once that has happened, fuel no longer becomes an issue, money no longer becomes an issue. So I'm kind of thinking that this fleet is now just going to push as far as it can, take as much territory as it can, then we're going to spread out, and we're just going to prepare for the taking of Kiva and the start of the end game. The only thing I've got really looking at doing right now is getting our morale up and letting those missiles get armed, and then we're going to try and take Zemarain, Ganamesh. If we can, we'll take Nahor, and maybe even make it up to Tabal. I don't know if we're going to get enough fuel for that. It depends on how well we do here in terms of taking territory and not taking damage. So let's just fast forward, get this fuel in the ship. So we don't have enough fuel for the whole fleet to make it to Ganamesh, but the only ships we actually want to move out with are the Collingwood, the Rooster, which is missing an engine, sadly, and probably a couple of tankers. We could take the Tarkhans with us. We could take probably the Tarkhan, the Crazy Horse maybe. That gives us the same amount of fuel we're just looking at, but we can also push that up, to this much fuel, which is technically enough fuel to get us to Tabal. If we pick up some fuel along the way, that's not a bad little strike fleet. The rest of this fleet can sit here. If we get any more money, I can refuel them and move them onto other territory, or they can just sit here for now. Let's just wait for some more morale, though. We do need some more morale right now. The Rooster's a little bit low. I want to get that up to morale 5. And let's just have a quick chat about the campaign. I mean, I want to do an after-action report like I did for the last one. I really enjoyed doing that. I thought it was really interesting. But this has definitely been a campaign with a lot of near misses in it. I especially remember this section here. I talked about it last time as well, where we had to make the decision to stop pushing up this eastern corridor and actually make a jump across the desert. And making that jump across the desert was what kept us in this game, because the enemy strike fleets were pushing us so hard down here, we weren't having enough time to repair or rearm. It was getting really, really difficult. And then it's kind of just been a continual push north. From there, we took a little bit of a fast route up here. The enemy have just given us away because I've been chatting. That's okay. The only thing that's around here is this missile carrier fleet, and I don't think they're going to mess with us at this range. What should that be? My famous last words. So let's send the Collingwood, the Rooster, the Tyrannus, the Howler, and the Patrick. We're taking the Howler just in case we need to rearm it or anything like that. And we're going to take them. Actually, we'll leave the Howler behind because we're going to need to pick up some missiles. We'll just send them to Zemarain with about 86% of our fuel reserves. And we'll see what we're dealing with there. And we're just going to try and take as much territory as we can in this video. And then once we run out of fuel, we're going to get ready to take Kiva. Alright, let's see what we're dealing with here. I'm not going to bother detaching the fleet. I know we've got the same chance of a sudden strike with or without these ships. And I don't want to mess with the situation because everything else is faster than the Collingwood. I don't want the Collingwood to really run into problems. Enemy gave away our position. I don't really mind too much. It's a pretty big garrison, actually. Got a Gladiator here. That's a bit scary to see. What else we got? Some ballistics, Navarin, Flower, Paladin. It's a pretty big garrison. If we can blast that Gladiator, we're probably going to be okay. We're probably going to have to rely on the Collingwood quite highly here. We don't really have much in the way. We'll probably just use HE for this. We'll use our Incendiary Secondary. We've got proxies on the Rooster. If we have to call the Rocksters, it's only got 24 rounds. We really are scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of equipment this late in the campaign, and that's the main reason I'm seriously considering stopping our push to get more territory. But let's see what we can do. We've got a couple of tries at this before we run out of morale. Just do some range fighting there. This Gladiator is definitely our number one target right now. Let's get underneath it and blast it away. This barrage here is going to hurt. Doesn't want us to get underneath it, look. Best way to deal with the Gladiator is just to get in under that. Oof, that was a nasty hit. Get in under that really nasty armor and shoot it from below. So we actually lost our ability to fire 37mm after that missile hit. So this is probably over because I have no anti-air, no CWAS, I should say. I'm actually going to restart rather than push this any longer. I took out the Gladiator really nicely, but that missile hit I took was really, really unfortunate. Good hits on that Paladin. bit low there, unfortunately. Got a good position to hit the gladiator from here. Didn't get the angle quite right there, unfortunately. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Okay. I think it's just this gladiator left. Nope, it is not just like it's a Sarma. There's not a lot of gladiator left. Okay, we're very low on fuel, but there is just a Sarma left. Got it. Cool. Mostly superficial damage. We didn't lose any engines. Mostly armor damage. See if we can make some money. Alright, we've got a Verm Prober to lose. There's flare launchers, 2A37, fuel tanks ammo. There's not really a lot here. Let's grab this 2A37 if we can. Gotta watch out for missiles coming in now. If they've got any cruise missiles, we might see them flying at us. Yeah, I'll grab the ammo. And then the fuel, so we don't have to pay for fuel. Ooh, I actually have time. It's looking like I might not get the fuel. Yeah, I'm not going to get the fuel. Damn. Oh, so lucky. We get the fuel as well. That means I might be able to get the ASO-75, although I'm not going to have time to put crew protection on, so I've just got search for survivors. Ugh, I don't want to take the morale loss on that. Yeah. We'll take the morale hit, I guess, on a potential accident to... We'll take a 50-50 rather than a guaranteed morale. It's not even a guaranteed morale loss if we don't search for survivors either. It's kind of a bit of an awkward one either way. We managed to rescue them without any issues. Let's get the Collingwood on the ground. See how long it's going to take to repair. There's a 236 there. That's a pretty good landing field. Someone commented recently that it's hilarious that when you start a landing action, the ship just comes plummeting in with no engines active, and it is quite funny. But I feel like that's just standard protocol. Get in low and fast, just in case. Okay, we should be able to fit in here. Oh, like a glove. Look at that. Perfect landing. You'd think it was made for our ship. Now, our big problem here is we have no money. We can sell this. I don't think that's going to get us a lot of repairs. It's going to get us a full repair. It's going to take 8 hours. That's not too bad. That gives us time to do a little bit of snooping. Can't afford any fuel. We have a little bit of money, actually. Laser guided here. It's 180, though. Got some prox fuse 100mm. I thought I had a lot less than that when I looked. That's how much they have available for sale. Let's grab what we've got. Just because I'll need it for the end of the game. Let's wait for those repairs, and we'll take Ganymesh. So yeah, it's kind of just victory lap at the moment, really, which is not my favorite part of gameplay, but taking this territory does help us in the long term. Okay. Let's see what we can do at Ganymesh. Take out this missile carrier fleet would be quite a fun last objective. Just gotta worry about any noise we make coming in. They've also raided our position. This could be bad because they could alert the enemy that we are here. Shouldn't be too hard a garrison to take out. Oh wow, did we get him? No, we didn't get him. That's a courageous ability to shoot at that. Yeah, we did get him, I think. Yeah, we did. No. Is he still alive? I think he went offline or something. Well, this is not particularly good for me. Get this aim a little bit better. Our guns aren't firing very well. Don't have the full... Okay, it's firing okay now. There's only one... Felt like only one of the miniguns was firing there. Hard profile to hit from the side this. There you go. Easy garrison. It's a shame they called in our location though. Probably we're doing some work at the end of the campaign as well. It's performing very, very well. Alright, we've got an A220 here. We can sell it for 4 grand. 2 A220s we can sell, but they've got very little time left on them. Fuel tank's fine. No ammo. We've got survivors. Let's grab the A220. We're going to let the survivors fall, I think. So hopefully that says survived. Disassemble hull, search radio room. Let's get the fuel. Let's disassemble the hull. That's a missile. Okay, we've got a missile incoming. We don't have the howler with us to howl it away either. Let's see if we can get the rooster in the air to intercept it. We probably won't be able to. Is it not a missile? Is it a trade fleet? Whoa, it's the missile carrier fleet. The whole missile carrier fleet. I think the rooster can do this. They launch missiles. Ah, I wasn't fast enough. Oh yeah, we can do this. We've got a little bit of proxies left. The only thing here that is a danger to us is the hound, and it's not really that much of a danger. Okay, it is a bit of a danger. Give each of you a missile. I'm out of proxies. I was trying to use him as a shield. The hound actually has an insane amount of firepower. There we go. I was like, oh, this will be easy, and then I forgot the hound had 3 D80s rather than 1. Well, that's the missile carrier fleet dealt with. Just as long as this missile doesn't cause us too many problems. Got some Zeniths we can grab. Molots, A220, fuel tanks, radio room, survivors. Let's get the Molot first. Let's see what happens with this missile. That's okay, Collingwood's fine. It could have been worse. I mean, it's a pretty big hit, but I'm not that worried. Let's get some money. Let's get the Collingwood on the ground. Ooh. Okay, the Collingwood took a massive hit there. It's out of action for the rest of the campaign. I think that might be the end of us taking any territory. Now that we took that missile hit. That's alright, though. It's a Molot. Let's get the A220. Let's get the Zeniths. Ah, we didn't get them. Let's get the survivors then. And we'll get the hull for the repair pizzas. We'll fly you back. Let's just see if we can get the Collingwood repairing. Oh, I don't. No. Cancel landing. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to just go into the town. Let's see what we can sell here. So we'll sell the two A220s and the D80 Molot. Let's give us a ton of cash. Let's look at the Collingwood. To repair you until you've got feet. It'll take 7 hours. It's going to be quite a hard landing because you're not going to have a lot of engines. But we'll take that. And to repair the Rooster until it's got feet. Take another 8.9 hours. Okay, up to 8.9 hours. Now let's seed our fleet. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to leave them there at Ganymesh repairing for now. From Sheba, what I want to do is top up the tanks. That's probably a bit insane. Let's get enough to get to I need to get one ship to Shahran. We'll get the Howler. We'll fill it up with fuel. And we'll fly it to Tushan. That's where it's going to sit. Then we're going to get the Crazy Horse. And fly. My mouse is super sensitive today. We'll fly to Shahran. Here we're going to fly the Patrick to Zemarain. And then that means we're going to instantly get ships in all of those cities. And then we just need to keep moving on, basically. So we're just going to wait for them to arrive. Right, so we've got ships landed in all of these locations. It's probably pretty much time to go. We've got repairs still going on here, but I don't know how much of these guys are going to take part in the end of the campaign. But let's just do it. Let's get the Nomad to take Kiva, and we'll start the beginning of the end. That's where I think we're sitting at right now. This should be a pretty cool fight. This is where I find out the Nomad hasn't got enough fuel to make it to Kiva, which would be, in terms of irony, it would be pretty great. But no, it looks like it has more than enough fuel. Okay, it's very slow, so this is going to take a few minutes. What else is going on? We've got the repairing going on over here. I don't know if I'm actually able to land the Collingwood, but I will try. What would be better is actually get the Collingwood and the Rooster over. Okay, if I can get the Tyrannus and the Collingwood over to Zemarain, they can repair there. And we'll just land the Rooster in Ganymesh. I'll just get that on the ground now. Oh, it's still repairing its legs, isn't it? No, it says it's done. Is it repairs done? Repairs are done. Okay, let's get you on the ground then. There's what? 52? What is it? 90? We'll take the 90.
Beginning final approach. 500 meters. 300 meters.
Oof, the tilt. We just reload engines on the right hand side of the ship. And we're overbalanced on the left. That's him on the ground. Do a little bit of damage there. Let's order repairs. It's going to take 7 hours. It's fine. We are still flying into Kiva. Sunstrike alarm just cleared. There's a small, no, there's 0% chance we'll get Sunstrike on Kiva. Here we go. Last big fight of this part of the campaign. We almost, oh, sticky keys. I thought I disabled that a long time ago. Alright, we're dealing with nothing. This is going to be not a particularly exciting fight. We've got Gladiator, Courageous, Slugger. The garrison at Kiva always disappoints me, but then I always take great pains to make sure that there's nothing here. We've got one incendiary round left. Let's not bother with that. Let's go. Let's just absolutely destroy this garrison. As a Courageous, I don't really want to open up on that. Where's that missile coming from? Below, of course. Oh yeah, I've got missiles, don't I? This tank is incredibly tough. I'm actually taking a lot of fire here from below. Which is not going as well as I expected it to. This is called hubris. There we go. Got that gladiator finally. Never knew those tanks were so powerful. This little tank here. I might try that again. Nah, I'm happy to take it. Right. Let's get ready for Total War. Let's see what happens. I'm going to do this first. I guess we'll grab the... Doesn't really matter what we grab here. Like, none of this matters in the next section. Let's search the crew cabins. Alright. They're about to land in Zemraim as well. I'll get that repair started as soon as we move into Total War. For those of you who don't know, the game is about to change massively now that we've captured Kiva. I'm sorry, the fight for Kiva wasn't particularly dramatic. Let's try and get the Collingwood landed. This should be quite funny. This will actually be... Oh, I didn't finish getting the legs on. Well. It's going to take, what, 4 hours? Okay, we're not going to get that down just yet. Let's wait for this rescue to complete. It's okay. The enemy told us that the enemy that we're in two shadow, but there are no enemy forces left in the area. Okay, we need a rescue order here. Grab the fuel. Fuel's always good, I guess. Got 3.8 hours left. Let's... Oh, I can't land. There's still more things to search for. I'm like ready to go. You know, I'm really keen to go. Let's move on to the next section. Thermal signature detected. Thermal signature detected. Something from the south. I'm willing to bet it's... It can't be Uragan. Uragan was a strike fleet we destroyed. What is this? What is this heat signature that's coming in from the south? It must be a trade fleet. It's going off bearing, so it's avoiding us. Right. No, don't take off. Alright, let's land in Kiva. Okay. Unbelievable news soon spreads through the city. The Lord Governor has fallen in battle. Great Duke Saidi has entered the city in the company of the Ilau Prince and his allies Omar Khan, a man everyone thought dead. In addition, they are joined by Duchess Issy. The entire city comes out to meet you. What a spectacular sight. The remaining members of the government waste no time showing you to the underground storage complex, eager to please their new masters. Next to majestic dome reactors, underground passageway, you walk down a flight of stairs. The storage area below is filled with uniform cylinders. They are stacked throughout the underground chamber as far as the eye can see. Piotr casts a brooding glance to the side, where missile parts glimmer in the dull light. The steel-knit arms of assembly cranes obscure the ceiling, which stretches far into the dark facility. They'll never let us leave with this. I made a terrible mistake. There will be no talks. Piotr was right. An ultimatum arrived soon after. To the commander of the Romani expeditionary fleet, the elite gathering of House and hereby demands that you withdraw all Romani ships from Kiva immediately. Stop. You have 8 hours to comply. Stop, or the joint fleet of great houses will destroy the city via nuclear strike. They will spare nothing. Everything they have, they'll send our way. Piotr Ivanovich, call an emergency meeting. Okay, I love this bit of the game. This bit's really cool. The beginning of nuclear war. The fleet officers and Tarkhans assemble on the flagship 30 minutes later. Thank you for coming, gentlemen. I know how tired you are. Operation Frame. But the predicament we face is now grave indeed. Kiva's garrison officer has provided us with intelligence about the weapon that reduced the Imperial capital to ruins. We didn't coerce him. He told us because he believes the gathering is planning to use this weapon to destroy Kiva. The poor man was absolutely terrified. He insisted again and again that everyone here is in grave danger. This new weapon is a ballistic missile. It features an unparalleled trajectory system that allows it to strike at targets as far as 2,000 kilometers away. As a ballistic missile, this weapon cannot be used against mobile targets. However, it is absolutely devastating against stationary ones. Its speed is sufficient to strike its target in just over 10 minutes. These missiles are to be delivered to Garrett on 2 specifically made carriers. So there's only 2 nuclear carriers again. They haven't added more nuclear carriers. Each of them can carry up to 10 of these missiles. I've marked the ship's potential locations. So Urgut, Aktag, and Masada. And Tabal. We've got some forces near Tabal. Alright. They will be able to launch a strike against Kiva if they dock anywhere within 2,000 kilometers of the target. That's a pretty big area. We can clear the north out pretty quickly, but we have to get south fast. These are all the cities that could be used to launch a missile strike against Kiva. If we intercept both carriers before either of them reaches any of the cities marked on the map, Kiva will be safe. We still have enemy strike groups to deal with, however. Their missiles are slow, but they have enough of them to reduce this place to a pile of radioactive ash. So there are 3 strike groups, plus the 2 missile carriers. We're doing 5 strike groups and 2 missile carriers. Whew. Can't we intercept these new missiles before they hit the city and the ships? If we have a reliable radar and enough anti-air missiles, but the anti-air system won't be able to intercept a high-speed ballistic missile. What if we use an A100N? An A100N, in theory, if we could blast a ballistic missile if it detects it quickly enough. Beautiful silence looks at you. Everyone in the room turns to face you. With this new information in mind, each of us make a decision. You're free to leave the city or stay and fight to the end. This next screen, this is my favorite part of the game. Your words echo the deafening silence. To those of you who wish to leave, I promise that I will not stand in your way. I'm ready to die for your sake if I must, Sadie. The Khan's fleet will join you. 1 slingshot, 1 Negev, 2 Negevs. Omar, you come through. I don't think I've ever seen a slingshot before. We've been through so much together, Grand Duke. The Ela dynasty is on your side. A gladiator. Thank you so much, Prince. My clan will join you as well, Sahib. What's this you got for me? A fat man. Okay, that's fine. It's not the best ship in the world. With incendiary ammo, it's actually quite scary. The Guardsmen of Gerrit will stand with you, Grand Duke. Apologies for the hand snap. I'm just excited. And Shepherd Mark II, an Archangel, and a longbow. So will the pirates. What have the pirates got for me? Intrepid Mark II, a Triumphant, and a Cormorant. A Triumphant. Triumphant has nuclear missiles. That's a nuclear missile carrier. A Cormorant as well. We're ready to support you too, Grand Root, the people of Ra. A Jaguar Mark II and another Archangel. This is why I don't call in flavors during the campaign. Godspeed, gentlemen. Total war. Money means nothing now. Fuel, ammunition, and repairs are free of charge. In light of the calamity, many people in Gerrit will seek to join your cause. Okay, let's pause the game. Pause the game.
Attention. Visual contact.
That is a missile that is about to hit Kiva. The fleet that we have at Kiva is so big. I'm just waiting for all of this to like chill out. All the pop-ups. It's because we're getting in every city that our people are docked in. Okay, it stopped. So we've got 1 Archangel, 2 Archangels. Oops, I'm trying to scroll through the list. You can't scroll that way. 2 Archangels, 2 Archangels, 2 Negevs. Is it just 2 Negevs? Yeah. There's so many ships here. Let's see what free ships we can get. Oops, let's not do that. Let's just calm down. Okay. Free ships we can pick up. Ganamesh. What you need to do is just come in here. Here we go. We've got access to an Intrepid, a tanker. Anything else? That's everything we've got here. In Zamarim, we've got an Intrepid, Paladin Mark II, and a Fat Man. Is that everything? Looks like that's everything. We'll make sure I don't miss anything. Here in Sheba, we've got access to a Gepard, another Gepard. So this is an anti-air. We'll send these to the capital to help defend it. And we've also got a Voshkod, which is a weird ship. It's like a light radar frigate. Not a ship I've ever really used. We've got also we can also detect a strike group using our intel. So there's a strike group in Tabal, which means the Rooster is about to take it to the face. In Shahran, we've got, that is a Wasp, and there's also a Fat Man. Then in Tushan, we've got 3 ships, and one of them is another Voshkod. We've got a Comoron, and we've got, I thought this, yeah, there is, and we've got a little Fennec. Cute. Is that all of the cities that we're in right now? And also, there's a we might be able to get something out of Kiva. I'm not sure if Kiva gives us free stuff. No, Kiva doesn't give us anything free. Okay, so our fleet's looking pretty big. We've got some ships now. This is going to be an interesting fight next time. We're going to have to do a lot of shuffling of ships around. I want to have to spend a little bit of time devising our strategy. We know where one enemy strike group is. It's here. If it's coming in from this insertion point, I'm thinking it might be one of our missile carriers. We'll find out next time. We need to use the Howler to fly through all of these cities as quickly as possible and gather free ships from them to prepare to defend Aktag. We need to get this fleet here moving south to clear Kumdag, Zartana, and Sethi as quickly as possible to make sure we don't run into an enemy fleet here coming from Urgot, and the other possible location we need to worry about is Masada. But I think we're looking pretty happy. We picked up some really amazing ships from our friends there, and I'm really happy with that. I'm sorry the fight for Kiva wasn't very exciting. It's always a little bit of an anticlimax. Let's just deal with this incoming missile to Kiva, and then we'll end the session. It's a nuke. No, it's not a nuke. It felt... Is that a nuke? It was a nuke. That's a cheat, because that missile was launched before nuclear war was declared. Well, everyone took a bunch of damage from that nuke. Whatever. That was not a nice way to start the end of the campaign. That was very mean. Well, how many people died there? 800,000? I'm very sorry, Kiva. That was my fault. We'll get them back next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having fun. This is going to be crazy. I hope you're ready for some big fleet battles.